Hello and welcome to Tech It Up Middle East Live at GITEX Global 2025. Today is the fourth day and it refuses to die down. Well, we are here at Extreme Networks booth and we have with us Verboeket, who is the VP Sales Engineering at Extreme Networks. Let's talk to him and understand what Extreme is up to at GITEX this year. Roy, pleasure to meet you again.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure as well. Please start by telling us about your GITEX highlights this year.
So this year we decided to combine two events. One is we have a partnership with a Formula One team, and now yesterday we signed a partnership agreement with Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. And so the whole theme of the show for us is about speed and innovation, right? Speed, innovation, reliability, and that's the highlight of the show. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you watch Formula One, you see lots of people, actually not a lot, but there's like 20 drivers driving at 220 miles an hour around a racetrack. But the science behind it, it's all fueled. It's fueled by data, and that's where Extreme comes in, right? With our partnership with Yas Marina, where all their network infrastructure is running over Extreme Networks with our fabric technology, our Wi-Fi technology, the way that they monitor and the way that they operate the day-to-day from a network perspective is what we're trying to highlight here on the different stands.
Great, thank you so much. And well, without a question on AI, I can't leave you. Please tell us how Extreme Networks is leveraging AI for customers across.
Yeah, I think without going into too much technical detail, there's a misconception about AI solving everything, right? But what AI will do in the context of networking is over the last 30, 40 years, with networking has evolved dramatically. We went from 10 megabits to 100 megabits to a gigabit to 10 gigs. Now we're talking speeds 800 gigs in the data center, 1.6 terabits. These networks are inherently complex, and that's what we are trying to do with AI. Is we have the knowledge, right? The world has the knowledge, so why not use AI to help customers design their networks, deploy their networks, but more importantly, monitor their networks. And then from the monitoring, you get information, crucial information, and that's data. You need data for AI to be effective. So what we're actually trying to do is take customers by the hand, because AI is not a switch you flip on.
Correct.
It's a journey, and it's going to take, in my opinion, it's going to take a couple more years for networks to become truly autonomous. Right now, we have the concept of what we call HITL, human in the loop, which means the AI portion of Extreme Platform 1, which is the new kid on the block we just launched. It went general available back in July. That has a component in it called AI Expert. And what AI Expert is aiming to do is cut the time short for customers to find solutions to either their problems or find answers to their questions. And at the same time, we are building a new structure with agentic AI, where you got to think about agents as my team, which is sales engineering, which is the experts that know exactly what a switch does, what an access point does, how to configure it, what are the best practices. Look at AI Expert as that co-pilot, that additional employee, which is now built into software. Look at that as an extra employee that has all the knowledge you can think of,
right?
And it can help you determine what the next step should be. Why am I experiencing this problem? Why is this happening? It can identify trends, and based on those trends, the different agents can take action. But again, what we are as Extreme right now is we are really focused on the human in the loop. So we're not thinking that any customer very soon will adopt a fully autonomous network. We are thinking that because of the human in the loop, we give you the information, we tell you what we see and what we identify, and then you, after you can decide do I want to deploy or not, right? Do I want to do it manually or do I want the AI to take over? So from an AI perspective, answer your question more formally, we're doing a couple of things, but I think most importantly is we're taking our customers by the hand, showing them what's possible, showing them what's coming in the next coming years, and then ultimately get to that point where AI really is going to be the co-driver next to you that helps you determine what your next step should be and how your network should evolve over the next coming years.
Great, and I think there are endless possibilities with AI.
Yes.
Great, coming to my next question. Well, as more and more companies move toward a cloud-first strategy, how is Extreme Networks simplifying their network infrastructure strategies?
So it really starts with understanding where we came from, right? So back in, let's say, the early 2000s, everything was on premises, everything was software based on a server, dedicated server. Then we entered the world of virtualization, right? There's companies like VMware and KVM out there that started to allow you to have a virtual layer on top of it, which then made the whole deployment of software easier. Then the cloud era started to emerge. That's also my background in the networking space. I came from a company that considered born in the cloud, so everybody moved to the cloud. Then in 2018, 2019, you started seeing a shift where companies were starting to adopt a hybrid approach.
Yes.
So you had cloud, you had on-prem, and then you had private cloud. And I think that's the piece where we're focused on as Extreme is taking, again, like the AI story, take a customer by the hand, because it's going to be a journey when it comes to, some companies are cloud only, you have no choice. Some companies are on-premises only, you got no choice.
Right.
What we have is what we call the cloud continuum. So when a customer is on-prem today and they don't have a really good idea or a need to move to cloud tomorrow or a hybrid approach, what we can say is stay where you are. Here is our solution. We have an on-prem solution for you. When you're ready for it, it's one license, right? So we have device licenses, but it's one license that spans across that entire cloud continuum. So we can go private cloud, we can go public cloud, and we can go on-premises in your own data center. And that, what we find in this region, we find that customers are really appreciative of that, because they don't have, they don't feel that they're forced into choosing one or another. There is a migration path, if you will, where you could go from on-prem to private cloud, and eventually maybe public cloud, or a mix and match of the three. Now, it's all up to the customer, right? Because I think the customer pays the bills ultimately. They decide what they want to do. And then lastly, what's also very important to note, in today's day and age, with the geopolitical situation we have across the world, you see that there's a tendency of people focused on data privacy, data sovereignty, where's my data stored, who has access to my data. And I think that cloud continuum helps customers with that, especially CIOs, with that, that peace of mind, good night's sleep, that if you choose the private cloud solution, it's yours.
Right.
There is, if you choose the on-prem solution, it's not only yours, but it's in your data center.
Correct.
And if you choose the public cloud solution, then, like for example in the UAE, we have a data center here. What happens in the UAE stays in the UAE. But still, there's lots of choices, and I think that's the balance that a lot of customers are looking for.
Great, thank you so much. Well, that was more elaborative, and as we were having a chat earlier as well about how UAE is transforming, Middle East is transforming, regional governments pushing the digital agenda across, in their national strategies. There are smart cities coming up, the education sector, the government sector, everybody wants to transform across the Middle East, right? How are you supporting this transformation for them? How are you supporting the governments transform?
So, go back to the previous two answers, right, with the choices and flexibility that we offer. But I think more importantly is we are, because of our local presence, we have a really good team in the Middle East, covering the Middle East. We are not the biggest company, but we are very, very reactive. Not reactive when I say we're quick. We're quick to respond with answering the questions, with addressing issues, addressing concerns. Our partner community, we're constantly expanding. We deliver our training solutions through our enablement team to our partners in order to assist the governments, assist the customers, make sure that everybody gets their answers and everybody gets their information at the right time. And again, as you and I discussed before, before this interview, what I love about Middle East, and I've loved it about the Middle East for years, I spent a lot of time here in the last 2 decades, is the openness, and it's the ability for the governments in the UAE, but also in Saudi, and you see all these investments, big money going around here. People are encouraged to take a chance, to try something new,
to innovate,
and to elevate and to up level, and that's what you see. I think if you would have asked somebody 30 years ago, where do you go for to become successful in technology, it would have been Silicon Valley. So it's like the American dream. Now it's the GCC dream, right? It's not just Dubai. Like I said, it's Saudi Arabia that's up and coming, and in Abu Dhabi there's lots of AI companies popping up. I wouldn't be disrespectful saying it's like mushrooms, but that would be the analogy, right? It would be people are taking a chance, and some succeed, some don't, but and I love how the leadership in the region is embracing that, and is giving people that opportunity to grow and to expand and to look beyond the horizon. If you look, for example, maybe a nice example is going back to the Formula One. There's also this thing called autonomous racing. Now, I have an opinion. I'm a petrol head, right? I'm a gearhead, and I like the competition between the drivers. But if you look at how many companies are now doing this autonomous, drone racing, Formula One type racing, right? With cars, with boats, it's insane. But look at the people behind it. I just had a conversation with our regional director, Man Al-Shakachi, together with a couple of students who are building these racing cars.
Right.
You have an 18, 19-year-old taking an opportunity, taking a chance, and they're really, really successful. And that's what I love. It's early adopting culture. It's an open culture, and people really are encouraged to, like I said, just take a chance, right? Take the opportunity and see where you can take this.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you so much. It was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best.
We'll see you next year.
Of the show. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, that was Roy Verboeket. You heard from him how they're innovating and how they're enabling the network infrastructure for their enterprises, and how they are supporting digital agendas across the Middle East and globally. Well, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to take it up. Thank you.